questions for Kyle?
So last season, you had a pretty big year being all-conference. How do you improve upon that? What's something that you're working on?
Yeah, so last year, you're right, I did have an all-conference season, and that's definitely something to be happy about, but that's not something I want to be satisfied with. I definitely look at every single punt after every single game and see things I could have done better, seeing things I could have improved on to have even a better year. So what I'm doing right now this spring, this off season, is working on a few technique things to be able to improve not only with my consistency, but to improve with my mental game as well, to be able to bring that into the fall camp, into the fall season, and be able to have 2 back-to-back strong years.
What's one thing specifically that you're really trying to focus on in that regard?
So for a regular punt, so just left to right punt, turnover, one thing I'm trying to focus on right now is keeping my hips a little bit more forward when I punt, because last season I got a little bit into the tendency of getting the ball off so fast that I would come forward with my chest over my toes, and I'd have a little bit lower hang time. Not terribly low, but I can hit the ball up 5.2, 5.3 when I keep my hips forward. So that's something I'm working on right now to bring that into the game.
Did you speed things up because you guys were having some issues with the protection?
I mean, you want to be as fast as you can at all times. There's nothing with the protection that is going to cause me as a person or a punter to change what I do, because as far as I'm concerned, it's just Seth and I out there whenever I punt. You don't focus on anybody else.
So like when those kicks were blocked, you don't see that until the last second that someone's coming over?
I mean, you definitely feel some of the pressure, but I'm not going to go into a punt thinking, oh, this punt's going to be blocked. Oh, they're coming out on an all-out rush. The only person I think of is Seth getting me the ball, and I see the ball go into my hands, and then I punt it from there. If it gets blocked, it gets blocked, but that's not something that I necessarily think about. I don't look for pressure. I'm focused on the punt only.
It's kind of simplifying the variables around you.
Exactly. If I catch the ball and I'm looking at protection, I'm going to be slowed down, and I'm not going to have a good punt because I need to focus on my drop in order to have a good punt. So you definitely feel pressure when they rush. Then you have that internal clock which you develop over the years, which allows you to speed up just ever so slightly. But in terms of looking for pressure, you never look for that.
Matt Ariza at San Diego State last year kind of became a celebrity, got a nickname, Punt God, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you follow that? What other punters are doing? Is it a fraternity that you keep up with that, or?
I'm not big into social media, but there are a lot of punters that I try to keep up with throughout the NCAA. And I think it's just cool to see a lot of the guys go out there and kill it. He had an amazing season, as long as Jordan Stout, Torrey Taylor, Ryan Stonehouse, Jake Romano from Georgia. All these guys are just absolutely killing it in college football the past year, and it's really cool to follow along with them, follow them on Instagram, see what they post, and then not only see them as a person go succeed outside of football, but also see them succeed inside of football as well, and be able to see the different techniques they use between some of the Australian guys, some of the American guys, and then sometimes steal it, sometimes incorporate it into what you do.
So, aerospace engineering?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As an aerospace engineering major, how would you break down what Seth was talking about? Getting the snap, the laces.
Yeah, it's not like that. You just snap the ball. Like all snappers are gonna say it's the most complex thing, but in reality, punters and kickers are kind of on the same team. We know that you bend down and snap the ball. It's not very hard. So.
Do you think he was overstating?
I mean, I'm not saying it's definitely a little bit scientific, but he was rambling a little bit, and we were laughing behind because anybody can snap. You just bend down and snap the ball. That's just the kind of jokes we give to each other.
But you are supposed to have the laces facing out as a holder, right?
Yeah, what was that movie? It's like laces out and then miss the kick. Yeah, Ace Ventura. Yeah, it's on the snapper to do that, to have the laces out every time.
Any more questions for Kyle?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sweet. Got a question?